Now let us discuss the femoral artery. This structure here is the abdominal aorta, and you can see its division into two common iliac arteries. This is the right common iliac artery, this is the left common iliac artery. Both the common iliac arteries divide into two branches. One is the internal iliac artery, which supplies the pelvis, and the other is the external iliac artery. The external iliac artery continues down into the thigh as the femoral artery. So as soon as the external iliac artery crosses the inguinal ligament, we change its name and now it is called the femoral artery as it has now entered the thigh. After entering the thigh, the femoral artery moves downwards and medially to reach the apex of the femoral triangle. From the apex of the triangle, it moves into the adductor canal. In this diagram, the sartorius muscle has been removed, so you can see the roof of the adductor canal is exposed and the femoral artery is entering the adductor canal. As the femoral artery reaches the lower limit of the adductor canal, it finds an opening in the lower part of adductor magnus, which is called the hiatus magnus, and after passing through the hiatus magnus, the artery emerges on the back of the thigh in the popliteal fossa. In this diagram, the femoral artery can be seen passing through the hiatus magnus towards the back of the thigh. Now in this diagram, you can see the back of the thigh, and this is the hiatus magnus, and you can see the artery coming onto the back of the thigh in the popliteal fossa. Now let's discuss the relations of the femoral artery in the femoral triangle. This structure here is the abdominal aorta, which is dividing into two common iliac arteries. The other common iliac artery I have removed. This common iliac artery divides into an internal iliac artery and an external iliac artery. The external iliac artery enters the thigh by passing behind the inguinal ligament. As it crosses the inguinal ligament, its name has been changed and now it is called the femoral artery. And as the femoral artery enters the thigh, the upper 3 or 4 centimeters of the femoral artery are covered by the femoral sheath. So let's see its relation from the anterior side first. Anteriorly, you can see this black structure which I have drawn is the skin. So anteriorly it will be covered by skin. Then comes this blue structure which is the superficial fascia, and it contains the superficial inguinal lymph nodes. Then this green structure is the fascia lata or the deep fascia of the thigh. Then comes the anterior wall of the femoral sheath. And one structure which I have not drawn here is this femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, which lies anterior to the artery inside the femoral sheath. So these are the relations of the femoral artery in the femoral triangle anteriorly. So once again I'll repeat. Anteriorly, if we start from the superficial to the deep structures, first will come the skin, then is the superficial fascia containing the superficial inguinal lymph nodes, then comes the deep fascia or the fascia lata, then comes the anterior wall of the femoral sheath, then it comes the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. And one structure which I did not draw on the board is this nerve. This is a branch of the femoral nerve which is called the saphenous nerve. It crosses the artery from the lateral to the medial side, and near the apex of the femoral triangle, it lies anterior to the femoral artery. So it can also be included in the anterior relations of the femoral artery. Now coming to the posterior relations. This muscle here is the psoas major muscle, and you can see that the external iliac artery is lying on the psoas major muscle. And as the external iliac artery passes behind the inguinal ligament, it is still moving on the psoas major. So the femoral artery, as it reaches the thigh, it will still be lying on the psoas major muscle. So the posterior relations of the femoral artery will start from the psoas major muscle. Now in this diagram, you can see the femoral artery has entered the thigh. I already told you that the first few centimeters of the femoral artery are covered by the femoral sheath. So femoral sheath is covering the artery from the anterior side and also from the posterior side. So as I told you that the posterior relations, first of the first muscle which you can see in the posterior relations of the femoral artery in the thigh is the psoas major, and the fascia covering the psoas major muscle is the fascia iliaca, which also forms the posterior wall of the femoral sheath. So in the upper part of the thigh, first you can see that the posterior relations of the femoral artery includes the posterior wall of femoral sheath. Then comes the psoas major muscle, which cannot be seen here because these neurovascular structures are covering the psoas major muscle. As the artery comes down and moves medially, you can see it crosses two other muscles. One is the pectineus, which is this muscle, and it is going right down behind the femoral artery and the femoral vein. Then comes this muscle, which is the adductor longus muscle. So adductor longus muscle is also going behind the femoral artery. So in the thigh, posterior relations of the femoral artery will be, first of all, will be the posterior wall of femoral sheath. Then comes the psoas major, which will be somewhere over here. Then comes the pectineus muscle. Then comes the adductor longus. So as you know, the adductor longus and the sartorius forms the apex of the adductor of the femoral triangle. So this is the point where the femoral artery will end. You can also see in the posterior relations of the femoral artery, near the apex of the femoral triangle is the femoral vein. The femoral vein at first lies medial to the femoral artery, but as it moves down, it crosses the artery from medial to the lateral side, and it crosses the artery from the posterior side. So you can see at the apex of the triangle, the vein has disappeared behind the artery. So if we repeat the posterior relations of the femoral artery, you can see first of all is the femoral sheath, then comes the psoas major muscle, then the pectineus, then the adductor longus, then near the apex will be the femoral vein. These were the relations of the femoral artery in the thigh. And you can also see on the lateral side of the femoral artery is the femoral nerve and its branches. So these are the relations of the femoral artery in the femoral triangle. Now as it leaves the femoral triangle, it enters the adductor canal. The rest of the relations will be in the adductor canal, and now we will discuss those. Now in this diagram, the femoral artery has entered the adductor canal. This is the artery. So the relations in the adductor canal will be anteriorly. If we start from the superficial structures, first will come the skin, then the superficial fascia, then the deep fascia, which is also called the fascia lata. Then will come the sartorius muscle. After removing the sartorius from here, you can see the anterior relations of the femoral artery will include the fibrous sheath, which is making the roof of the femoral triangle. So these were the anterior relations of the femoral artery in the adductor canal. If you try to see the posterior relations, you can see this is the adductor longus muscle. First, the artery is lying on the adductor longus. As the adductor longus ends, you can see the adductor magnus exposed. So the femoral artery now runs on the adductor magnus muscle. So first it is lying on the adductor longus, then it is lying on the adductor magnus. And also you can see the femoral vein is passing behind the femoral artery, and eventually it will come to lie on the lateral side of the artery. So within the adductor canal, the vein will form the lateral relations of the femoral artery. Also you can see anterolaterally the relations of the femoral artery include the posterior surface of the vastus medialis muscle. And on the lateral side, you can see the saphenous nerve, which is a branch of the femoral nerve. The saphenous nerve in the femoral triangle is lying on the lateral side of the artery, but at the apex of the triangle, it lies anterior to the artery, and within the adductor canal, it is lying on the medial side of the artery. Now let's discuss the branches of the femoral artery. There are three superficial branches of the femoral artery, which are the superficial epigastric artery. This is the superficial epigastric artery. This superficial epigastric artery emerges from the anterior aspect of the femoral artery, and it leaves the femoral triangle by passing through the saphenous. So the superficial epigastric artery passes through the saphenous opening and pierces the cribriform fascia, which is covering the saphenous opening. It will pass upwards towards the abdomen, over the inguinal ligament, and it runs between the two layers of superficial fascia of the anterior abdominal wall. And eventually it will anastomose with the artery of the opposite side, and also with the branches of the inferior epigastric artery, which is the branch of external iliac artery. The second superficial branch of the femoral artery, which arises from the lateral aspect of the femoral artery, is the superficial circumflex iliac artery. It also moves in the superficial fascia and runs laterally towards the anterior superior iliac spine. Here the artery will anastomose with the superior gluteal artery, which is a branch of the internal iliac artery. and with the lateral circumflex femoral artery, which is a branch of the profunda femoris artery, which itself is a branch of femoral artery. Then also it anastomoses with the deep circumflex iliac artery, which is a branch of the external iliac artery. So the superficial circumflex iliac, which is a branch of femoral artery, runs from the lateral aspect of the femoral artery towards the anterior superior iliac spine between the two layers of the superficial fascia of the thigh. As soon as it reaches the anterior superior iliac spine, it anastomoses with three other arteries, which are the branches of superior gluteal, which itself is a branch of internal iliac. Then the lateral circumflex femoral artery, which itself is a branch of the profunda femoris, and the profunda femoris is a branch of femoral artery. Then it anastomoses with the branches of the deep circumflex iliac artery, which is a branch of external iliac artery. The third artery, the third superficial branch, is the superficial external pudendal artery. So this artery which you can see here is the superficial external pudendal artery. It arises from the medial aspect of the upper part of femoral artery. It also runs in the superficial fascia and it moves towards the medial side. Here it supplies the skin of the lower part of abdomen and also the skin of the genitals, and it anastomoses with the internal pudendal artery, which is a branch of the internal iliac artery. So these were the three superficial branches of the femoral artery. Now coming towards the deep branches of the femoral artery, one is the deep circumflex iliac. This branch is the deep circumflex iliac. It is a deep artery as it lies deep to the deep fascia of the thigh, and you can also see it is passing behind the femoral vein. It runs over the pectineus muscle, and sometimes it passes behind the adductor longus and sometimes it passes over the adductor longus muscle. It also supplies the skin of the genital area, and eventually it anastomoses with the branches of the internal pudendal artery. So this was the deep circumflex femoral artery. Then come the muscular branches. The muscular branches of the femoral artery, like this one, these are given off to the adductor muscles, to the sartorius, and to the vastus medialis muscle. So only the adductor branches are shown here, the rest of the branches are not shown in this diagram. And the third and the largest branch of the femoral artery is the profunda femoris artery, which arises from the posterolateral aspect of the femoral artery. So as they have moved the femoral artery towards the medial side, you can see the profunda femoris artery properly exposed. So the profunda femoris artery will be discussed in the next video. Please share your comments so that I can improve my videos. Thank you.